and we are starting back from where we left off in the newest, well, in the chapter that we were leaving off at, chapter 342, challenge. Challenge. So, Clank see that the man's finally getting handcuffed. Now then, you can do what you want with me, but I predict that I will be released and you will go to the Dark Continent with me. Crazy prediction. Crazy prediction. Oh, let me close my window real quick. Cut out all the unnecessary background noise. Impossible. You'll be in prison for a long time for inciting a riot. You are delusional. Well, that would be the correct answer, but the real world isn't like that. You have time to hear me out before you report to the V5. Ta-da! This conversation will be recorded. Is that all right with you? No problem. As if you could publicize it. He looks just like him. Just facing him makes me waver. What does he want? The only thing I know right now is that we're being attacked. I'll first tell you about the V5's official policy and the true meaning behind those words, so you can brace yourselves for the truth. This is the current official world map. Our world is located within the enormous lake Mobius in the center of the Dark Continent. According to our data, um, mankind has tried to go there 149 times. That's only the excursions we have on record. Only 5 trips had returning survivors for a total of 28 people. Of them, Beyond is the only one still alive today. Crazy. The 5 voyages were all unofficial and took place after the V5 formed the Inviolability Treaty with the Corporation of the Guide, my bad. The current situation is that we cannot even cross the far ocean boundary without the guide. So mankind has never not officially succeeded in making a round trip by ourselves. The 28 survivors were all as fit as medalists and blessed with luck. Even so, only 3 of them were able to pass various tests upon their homecoming and return to their daily lives. That's a rate of 0.04%. Needless to say, sending civilians is foolish. Who's this guide? The being summoned by the gatekeeper. What gatekeeper? Read the files, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, ho. Read the files. Magical Beast Clan with the only pipeline to the continent. Oh, so that's who the gatekeeper is. The gatekeeper is part of a Magical Beast Clan, but they're the only ones that have the pipeline to the continent. Okay. So I wonder what kind of like magical beasts they are. Travel there is difficult without their help. May I say something? Go ahead. We know about these things already. Likewise, for the 5 threats you're going to talk about next, yes, this is a waste of time. Wait, 5 threats? Yeah. I want to point out that any talk of risk only serves to fuel the fires for these adventurers. The same goes for the countries and businesses that pour money into things, then sit back and wait for results to roll in. The most this would do is decrease the number of applicants. We want to know the official way to stop kiking. Yes, I have a file on that. Article 4 of the UN Chartered Basic Relations Treaty. International threats clauses 7 through 9 prohibit active involvement with contagious diseases, biological hazards, and unknown menaces. Unknown menaces. If it is determined that a nation is endangered, the use of force, um, including military interference. Sorry, I just had a brain for it. The use of force, including military intervention, is permitted. We know all this already. So does Kaiken. Kaiken will never back down now that things have gotten so public. I apologize for the circuit circuit tesh circuit toshness. Hmm. I wanted to establish a common understanding that the means to stop them is limited and military. Considering the above, to quell this situation peacefully, it is necessary to invite Kaiken to the V5, reorganize as the V6, and unofficially support Kaiken's journey. We must show that we have been waiting for them to become the last representative of the six continents, not that we have to add them reluctantly. The king will go down in history as a pioneer, and in return, put in writing that the distribution of all rewards will be in even sixths. There are many uninhabited islands that could accept immigrants in the neutral zone inside the far ocean boundary. Pretend they are the new continent and have the civilians spend their new lives there. Leave the actual voyage to Kaiken on the condition that the members be carefully screened. Let them suffer the same fate that united the V5 so strongly in the first place. A capa, a capron is necessary. Is the Hunter Association good enough? We commission them to capture Beyond. Once they have him, it will be up to them to convince him. The Hunter Association will have earned their keep if they can succeed in being both firm and flexible. And if they fail, negotiate directly with Kaiken's leader. Will certainly resolve it with the V6 offer. If the Hunter Association isn't useful, we'll have to send an unofficial team ourselves. Then the real threat is that our budget is going to balloon by an estimated 25 times. That's crazy because like even just reading this whole conversation, it just makes you realize that the Hunter Association is kind of like in the background or viewed in the background because Kaiken is kind of like, okay, fuck it, we're going and doing this venture, this expedition, regardless of what people say. The Hunter Association, of course, does not agree with it, especially with Beyond being involved. Then on top of that, they're being left out of the conversation within any type of like real information in regards to the V5. And then you got V5 literally trying to manipulate the Hunter Association to do their like to go through with their plan. And if that doesn't go through, they're just gonna get it done. It's like, bro, the Hunter Association is kind of like the out of the three are kind of like the ones where it's like they're on the chopping block and they need to do something quick because they're figuring this shit out on the go. While Kaiken and V5 is already working on shit in the background. Crazy. We insisted on a limited open door policy to clarify the choice, or else the V5 would never get off their behinds. And if we blindly followed protocol, the plan itself would have been crushed. If safety of civilian immigrants isn't included in our duty, it doesn't seem as high risk to me. Because you disregard your own safety, that's brave, but I'd question your leadership. This means that when you run away, you can't use protecting civilians as an excuse. You don't have to worry about our PR. Why don't you worry about your own welfare? I give up. I have no idea what's going on. Someone translate. It means Beyond got a ticket to Dark Continent in exchange for making Kaiken's king into a historic hero. But the V5 doesn't like to lose, so it wants to maintain dignity by making us babysit Beyond. Okay, at least they know what's going on. Is this good for us? High risk, high return. If we fail, we will lose the trust of one of our best customers. If we succeed, it's possible we'll be allowed to hunt on the Dark Continent. There's a good chance of gaining great benefits for humanity, not just the association. Just trust me and contact the V5. They'll say tell Beyond they accept a supervised voyage, and that chaperone, it's chaperone. Why did chaperone will be the Hunter Association if the V5 trusts you. This is my challenge to you. The Dark Continent will be the proving ground. Will you be there? Yes, this is a battle, and the entire association will have to fight. Yes, is all true. We shall accept. But first, there are many things we have to confirm. Fine, take my blood. He he expected to be challenged as a fraud. I know he's the real deal, chairman's son. He's using the Hunter Association as a stepping stone to get to the Dark Continent. Contact the V5, Cal. We're forced into this. It was underhanded, but the quickest way to the Dark Continent. We're going to an evil place with a sly foe who won't hesitate to cheat. We can't afford to lose. It looks like we'll be going to the Dark Continent with Beyond. Plans have changed. This will be a top secret, crucial mission from the V5. This will require the entire association's help. Huh? We're going together now? How is this a showdown? You amaze me. Beyond is saying he's going to the Dark Continent as a prisoner, but then he will escape from us to do as he pleases. We'll have to find a solution to the threats while managing him and fighting off his comrades. In this land of complete unknowns, we don't know what will come to attack. But that's what hunters are supposed to do, right? Exactly. Be prepared. I hope we hit it off with Beyond during the trip and have a fun adventure together. Ginta, you optimist, dream on. I'll watch him, Chato. Okay. You should also be prepared. It will be a long imprisonment. A long time, man. I'll wait as long as it takes. This man's already been waiting decades. So he has no problem waiting again. Because he knows like he's going again this time. And he's actually getting shit done this time. Well done. That was a good presentation. Thank you. But are you sure that was the right thing? What was? Like you asked, I submitted all the various risks, but isn't the agency contradicting itself if the conclusion is that we'd still go? It's no problem. Our duty. Sorry, I gotta do the voice acting. What am I doing? I gotta do the voice acting. It's no problem. Our duty was to inform them of the dangers and to propose a safer route to people who had already decided on a destination. The rest is their problem. Something else? Something else? Our official stance is that Journey to the New World was fiction, but in actuality, that book is the basis for the most important criteria for the world. You're just like me. You'll be a great manager. An honest world won't be best, of course, but peace is more important, isn't it? And here we go. Here's when we start. Bro, like really take that in. Bro, you already know how big these boats and blimps are. And they are nothing in comparison to this. So let's just take this into scope. We have let's just say $1 billion type of yacht boat that you might see in like real life sitting on the top of this magna opus type of fucking ship. And this ship already dwarfs a lot of the cargo ships that are bringing them stuff. So it's like, bro, like it is really true when you are reading in the Succession War. Yo, like the whole nation of Kaikin is legit in here. Legit. Like it's, yo, you can fit a whole country in there. Look at that. That the gigantic transport ship Black Whale #1. It can carry an astonishing, see right there. Well, that's not a country, but let's just say maybe like a city or some shit. I don't know. Astonishing 200,000 people, but it's as big as a city. The interior is simple as it was specialized for transport, but that meant it was built at low cost and in less time. Our hero King Huey Guo has declared they will build 20 of these ships in a year. 20? Bro. Sorry if I'm screaming in the mic, but damn. And he's promised to send 100 million people within 5 years. The commemorative first ship is scheduled to carry Beyond as well as the king and 14 princes. Civilians will be picked by lottery, and the current odds of landing a seat on the first ship is 1 to 1,300. The odds are better than you'd think. So we're inclined to focus on the spectacular and optimistic stories in this immigration plan. But one thing to note is the risk inherent in this voyage, and people are concerned about it. The maximum rating on the published dangerous non-native species list is C. Can you explain how dangerous this is so the rest of us can understand? Certainly. Oh, the likes of bears, sharks, poisonous snakes and wasps, creatures you might come across if you're unlucky. That might be fatal in the worst case scenario. Options Opinions online declare that dark continent surely must harbor their deadly rank B or A creatures. Nobody can rule them out completely, of course, but these people probably assume that mankind never went to the dark continent because dangerous creatures exist. Many ancient ruins describe the calamities caused by going to the continent. We have concluded that these mass causalities were from infections by viruses and microbes. Modern medicine will prevent such problems have from reoccurring. In fact, the minerals and liquids held by these floral and fauna are much more likely to be hitting miraculous compounds that can help mankind advance by leaps and bounds. I declare that the greatest gold rush of human history will take place in the next 10 years. The dark continent is the place where dreams are made. You don't know, and Jing is here. Your boy Jing is here. Hey, Pearson. How you doing? I don't care anybody tells me. I really do like Tagashi's style when he actually puts in effort into like his style. I fucks with it. I want to actually really get good and learn how he draws. Let me in on let me in on this. You're taking all comers, right? For a second, I thought you came to stop us. Hmm? I plan to. This whole mess is your specialty, a forced choice, depending on whether the association responds to Beyond's prov- provocation. You'd send in 5,000 Chimera ants. Oh yeah, because that's one thing we completely forgot from the election arc and all that stuff, right? Before this arc, which was that they found out that Periston or his group or organization, whatever, was able to apprehend all the 5,000 chimera ants that they were going to use as soldiers, like the eggs. They were able to actually capture them. You've had enough fun, haven't you? The association isn't your sandbox anymore, any longer. Don't mess with it anymore. I'll play with you personally from now on until you beg me to stop. So you're finally going to pay attention to me. You? We'll see about that. I might just be doing it for my own fun. Telling you, Jing, bro. Jing is that guy. Jing is that guy. A Zodiac? With me? A Zodiac? Chapter 343, Invitation. Yes, you are currently the most respected hunter in the association. Wow. Who would have thought that he was actually the most respected? Really crazy. Your participation is essential for the success of a mission that will decide its future. We would like your help by all means. Hold on. I got things to do. Your medical studies, this may be presumptuous, but I've contacted your school. They've made special exceptions and approved an in-depth. And this is what pissed me off about Lario. This man, like, I get this man tries to do the honest thing, but this man has so much connections and networks. It's like, why not utilize this? This gives you the opportunity to literally skyrocket as a friggin' doctor. Because at the end of the day, what is Leo's goal? Besides actually passing his doctor bar, get like his doctor bar and get his like license and all that stuff. Like, because if you didn't watch the original 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter, they go into depth a little bit in one episode in Leorio's backstory on why he wants to be a doctor, and that was because of his friend passing away. But you really get to see that connection with him and his friend in that backstory in the original in the original anime. So he basically, like, it made it seem like he wanted to kind of like find the cure or create the cure for this disease that took his friend's life away and many other people's life away, kind of like cancer. But I mean, like, we barely hear him talk about that. So it's just like, bro, like, what else are you doing? This will give you the opportunity to get so much experience, heal so much people, go to the friggin', beyond, where nobody has gone before. And sooner or later, you're gonna run into Karapika. So like, come on. For study abroad, only if you go to the Dark Continent with us as a part of the medical team. What? I will be chief physician. You'll earn academic credits for the practicum experience. I know I'm, of course, um, I must point that this is a very and dangerous and difficult mission. There will be no other compensation. If you'd rather be a doctor in a safe place simply to make money, feel free to refuse. All right, then, I'll gladly refuse. I should be the one asking you, what better opportunity could I wish for? Let me do it. Sure, thank you. But there's one thing. You have one more opening in the Zodiacs, right? There's someone I'd like to recommend. So what is that? So wait, who does he recommend then again? It's not Krabika because he comes on the boat as a bodyguard. So I forget who is that again? It can't be Gong. It can't be Gong. No, I don't know. Why did you assume those were two choices? If they were the association doing what I want would make things a lot worse. That's not a negotiation. Plus, that hunter exam thing came out of nowhere. Negotiating isn't even on your mind. This is a game you're playing by yourself. You're not going to ask how I knew you were sheltering chimera ants. It's not like I was trying to hide it. If the association accepted the terms and went to the Dark Continent officially, they'd need expert personnel. But governments are risk averse and slow to respond. Using private contractors always creates disputes with contracts and distribution rights. Shado will try to recruit the necessary personnel via the Hunter exam so the association acts alone. It's the most realistic and efficient way. But to you, it's the most moderate and boring decision, one you'd rather not have happen. Netua would. He would never do that. And it's only because they both like to play these games. That's why. He'd accept losing the V5 as a client and refuse to accompany Beyond. He'd find his own way there first, wait for Beyond on the Dark Continent, and announce that the hunt for Beyond is on. That's what the Hunt Association should be, right? Why are you trying so hard to destroy it if you're so obsessed with it? Quite a twisted form of love. Any proof that I'm destroying it? Explain this forced choice to me. You're a baby crying for attention. If the association became boring to you, you'd go find a new playmate. The quickest way to find one is to dump the chimeras into the world. That would also force a change in policy regarding the Dark Continent. But if the association shows a backbone, you would happily deliver the finishing blow by sending the chimeras to take the exam. It's the only way for anyone to become a member. A balanced exam that Chato will create amounts to a free pass for anyone with your tutelage and connections. Your followers will pass in bulk, though I don't know what you do with an association full of chimeras. You and I are similar. We think in unorthodox ways. That's why I think what I think, scumbag. What a way to put it. But you're right, so whatever. People normally feel happy when they love or and are loved in return. I feel happiness when people hate me, and I feel compelled to hurt the things that are dear to me. But is that so strange? Depends on the extent. But I'm saying you're totally out of it, and that's not how we're like. May I? You may not. Stay out of this, Baldy. Well, hey, Who do you think you are, busting in here and acting all? Shut the fuck up. Bro, Jing is too funny, bro. Like, I totally forgot this is where it pops up. Hey, what's poppin', Rashawn? Bro, I do not have Warzone. I'm sorry, bro, but I do. I don't know. I've never been really too much of a fan of Warzone, but yeah, I actually don't have Warzone, unfortunately. Honestly, there's really not that much shooters that I be playing besides this one shooter that recently came about called Off the Grid. Third person shooter, kind of like a Fortnite type of thing, but it's with like amputees and everything. But yeah, sorry, brother, but not a fan of how Call of Duty has been moving nowadays. And I'm not trying to drop like 70 to 80 bones for another Call of Duty for the same shit. Sorry, bruh. But yeah, I totally forgot. Like right after this is when this man's getting his head knocked off. And Jing had no problem to quickly execute that. But then boom, you find out, nope, didn't really happen. Didn't really happen. Got it? Now stay out of this. Are you the one who calls the shots here? Oh, haha, come on, Jing. I'm number two, of course. So it's not a hierarchy of strength. Oh, you underestimate me? If you were only about brute force, I'd pummel you and that would be it. That's not the case, which is the trouble. You'd be laughing inside, even as I made you cough up blood and stepped on your head. I'd have to break your spirit instead. Wow, no, that sounds very weird. Yo, Pearson's fucking weird. I'm number two now. Anyone got a problem with that? Fair enough. Who the hell are you? I'm from the Hunter Association. Is Krepika here? Oh, he's out. Please take your leave. Then I'll wait here until his return. Can I have some coffee? I'll get the milk myself. Ha ha ha. This is a warning. Don't come near me. I will warn you. I will not allow any violence. I am a crime hunter with special investigation clearance. Save your lip for the nurse at the hospital, moron. I will send you there. Restrain. I can't move. Closed courtroom, cross game. Hey, you won't get away with this. What the hell did you do? You'll be released soon. But here's another warning. Not another step. I will immobilize you as many times as you resist, over and over. So it really seems like that's actually pretty cool. Because it seems like the conditions for his ability is that he has to announce to you like what that condition is. And if it's kind of like a Simon Says type of thing, where it's like if you do exactly what the Simon doesn't want you to do, then when he flips the card, it will actually like restrain you in that. But it definitely it seems cool because it seems like he might have different cards with different symbols that kind of like emulate like an investigation. Because like I said here, it said closed courtroom, cross game, kind of like, and it gives me vibes of like Ace Attorney and all that stuff. Where you're in like that cross examination, and that's basically what he's doing. Basically, when you're in a courtroom, you're doing that cross examination. So it seems like that's what's happening. Like when you're in a courtroom, especially a closed courtroom, you can't really go anywhere. You know, the police is there, there's police there to make sure you don't run away and shit and whatnot. And all you can do is speak. That's it. So it really seems like his abilities is solely based into like for real investigating. So like if as long as you understand how the court of law works, I feel like that's one of the best ways you can get around his abilities. Either that or just simply don't play Simon Says. Okay, fine. The boss is downstairs, but he's in a bad mood. Try not to provoke him. You're a hunter, right? Is this? It's just funny hearing if Krapika's in a bad mood because it's like Krapika, you're not gonna hurt nobody. Like, stop this. You're not Jing. You're not Person. You're not Hisoka. You're not gonna knock someone out just off of your emotions. What are you implying? Oh, you're a hunter, right? Is this your real occupation? What are you implying? We're not a crime syndicate, you know. We get 100% of our income through personal security details and gambling. We pay our taxes. They're both legal here. You have no right to say anything. I'm hearing a lot of noise. Your boy Kurapika, let's go. Big boss Krapika, let's go, fam. I kid you not. Success in War and Phantom Troop Arc has definitely made Krapika one of my favorite characters in this series. Who are you? What do you want with me? I can move. So he's seen his share of carnage. Mazia Stum, Hunter Association. Have you heard the news about Kaiken going to the Dark Continent? I don't care. Wait, Warzone's free? Oh, damn. I actually didn't know Warzone's free. All right. I might download it, honestly. But like I said, I'm just not really a Call of Duty fan. What you should download, Rashawn, is Off the Grid. How about you go check that out in the PSN store and see if you like that game? And I'm here to make a request. Come to the Dark Continent with us. I refuse. Is that all? I'm busy. I hear you're looking for the crimson eyes of your murdered friends. It's like nigga, what? What kind of intro? And this is where it's like, all right, I feel Krapika because especially when this man said, "Don't let anybody bother me. I'm not in the mood." He comes up. The man's being asked to go to the Dark Continent. The man's like, "I don't care. Leave me alone. I refuse. Leave me alone." Then this guy brings up his fam's eyes. It's like, nigga, do you want to die? Do you want to die? Like, why are you bothering me right now? Fam, why are you bothering me? Like, you really have to bring up my fam's eyes just to get my attention? All right, you got my attention. From this point on, choose your words wisely. This is no place for you outsiders. I am indeed looking for their eyes. What of it? What of it, poor soul? Yo, this is why Krapika. Yo, he's that guy, bro. He's that guy. There's a darknet site of peculiar, similar-minded people. Do you know that 6 months ago, a video showing a large number of Crimson's Eyes was uploaded there? Of course. So what? Krapika's looking for their owner, but we have any clue so far. We've identified the owner of those Crimson Eyes. We accidentally came across them while making a background check on a VIP for the Dark Continent trip. It was a coincidence. It would be impossible to figure out from the video alone. That's all I can say to you, an outsider. I need you to consider carefully before you answer me. So yes, he is one of the Zodiacs. My bad. So it really was him. So that's the only reason why he's here, because of Liario. Because if not, how would he know that there is still somebody from the Kurta clan still alive? So yeah. If you join the Zodiacs, you will accompany us to the Dark Continent, but you will spend about 2 months on a ship. Would you be of interest to you? Would that be of interest to you? So this person is also going to be on board. My priority is to recover my brethren's stolen eyes by any means. All right, I will join you. Will you tell me who it is? Kaiken's fourth prince. I will say this straight up. I will never figure out how to pronounce this man's name. I will do my best throughout these rereads, but this man has one of those names that's just so fucking hard to pronounce. Let's try it. Because we're basically at the end of the chapter. Yeah, we're basically at the end of the chapter. So let's just try it. Surrendnik. Surendnik, Surednik. Okay, I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. Oh man. Alrighty. I'll probably make this the last chapter read through, and then probably I'll be working on the video through, like working on both of the chapter review videos, throughout the week, or my bad, throughout the day today. And then tomorrow we might have, a couple more longer live streams and stuff. But yeah, I definitely want to try and get that video out or one of them as soon as I can, because I do want to try and get at least one video coming out every week, every Friday, which is tomorrow. So I definitely know I can quickly manage that, as long as I, take the time today to like really get that done. And I mean, it's just me using the live stream, so it's not going to be difficult whatsoever. So yeah, chapter 344, author: a daughter of the mafia, teacher, lawyer, musician, investor, priest, doctor, swindler, board members of multiple corporations, tycoons, the founder of a religion, politician, artist, and the king's son. Oh, come on. I've threatened, coaxed, paid people off. I lost something every time I got back a part of my brethren. But this will soon end. This is the last monster with the last of the eyes among them. That's crazy foreshadowing right there. I lost something every time I got back part of my brethren. And that's crazy, because if you know what already is happening in the succession war, Krapika is really losing a lot of time in his years. So when he does say he always loses something every time, this is the last time, which is going to mean he's going to lose a lot. If it's not his life, he's definitely going to lose a lot. Paido, Paido. My journey may finally begin. Bro, what's up with all these ads, bro? Pop-ups. But where would I go? There is no home for me to return to, and nobody to welcome me back. I have nothing. Shut up. You have people. I mean, it is kind of morbid. You just have the eyes just floating here and shit like that. Because, I mean, like, what else are you going to do with these? They're going to decompose sooner or later. So, like, what are you going to do with these eyes sooner or later? I don't know. Number 2, eh? That depends. Periston brings order and a plan. What would you bring us? But wouldn't that just make Periston number 1? If he's number 2? If you only bring pointless chaos, I must remove you. Ready for combat? I'll pay twice what Beyond offered up front. Everything else can stay the same. Simple. I don't quite get what you're saying. Huh? Weren't you hired by this guy or Beyond? I'm saying I'll pay twice that for each of you. It's actually so funny, like the way Jing, because I feel like how Tagashi has written Jing is like, with the amount of like info, knowledge, wisdom the man has, whenever this man is legit on screen, it just seems like he is like, well, other than for Periston in this situation, he's like one of the only ones that rationally understands what the fuck is going on. Like, he's not enticed by his emotions. He doesn't let people rile him up and this, that, and the third. He just tackles things in the most simplest fucking way. Like, I don't want to say the most logical, but maybe we can say the most logical. Because, like, yeah, man just simply said, like, yo, I'll just pay you twice. Who cares? Like, what? I ain't trying to fight. I won't do anything else. And I don't have any other conditions for the transfer. I mean, I'll answer questions when asked or give advice, but if you want to keep doing what Pearson tells you, that's fine. But I'm number two. That's non-negotiable. What's the point then? Wait, I don't care. So you'll pay double upfront. Are you serious? Of course. Tell me your account number and I'll make a deposit right now. And you really don't have any other conditions. I said I don't. Trust me, will you? Is he trying to remove those who are less motivated? What if we don't all agree? That's the very chaos we want to avoid. Well, can't be helped. Sorry, it's a long trip. I'll wait. Wait? Yeah. Making you decide right now would be a condition. Two, would be in condition. Two, you can accept the money when you're satisfied with me being number two. Wait, what are you thinking? Hey, I'm fine with you being number two. This is my account and the amount beyond offered. All right, sent. Can you verify? Well, excuse me a minute. Huh? I'll be right. Excuse me a minute. I'll be right back. He ain't coming back. Bro. This man's like, well, yeah, excuse me for a minute. Be right back. He ain't coming back. Takashi's funny, bro. Takashi's a funny writer, dog. Anyone else good with the deal? Yeah, I don't mind one way or another. But as you wish, I won't listen to anything you say. You're nothing like the Emperor's new clothes. That's funny. He uses that kind of like metaphor or saying. That's fine. Tell me your account number and amount. I don't want your money. No, you have to take it. I said I don't want it. Then you haven't accepted me. You can donate it or give it away for all I care. Well, let me know when you feel up to it. Person, you don't object? Not at all. In fact, it would be great if you were number two. I'll ask for your account anyway, but if my math is correct, 2 times 0 is still 0. You're right. Why is Jake so funny, bro? Why is Jake so funny, bro? That is correct. 2 times 0 is still 0. Bro, yo, Jake is too funny. Krapika, is that you? How many times do you think I've called? Tell me your email. No, I'm heading over now. So you're joining Zodiacs? Yes. Email? No. Mizastum told me about Gon. Is there anything I can do? He's just fine. Just get over here and help me. I don't know anyone. It's awkward. All right. As if you're the bashful type. Lario seems to think very highly of you. I don't know. I'm not sure how my ability would be useful in this endeavor, but thank you for letting me know about the prince. I'll help as much as I can, but I know you can prioritize your business on board. But we need you to be very discreet. This is a delicate matter, it being a historical event and all, not to mention the king's son. There are some dark shadows around him. I'm sure it's pointless to tell you not to get too involved, but try to find an amicable solution. No need to worry. I'm better at handling monsters in human skin than at battling the unknown. Fair enough. I can't make any aura. Yep, and this is where Gong figures out this man can't use a net anymore. The V5 went to the continent through. Oh, and this is when he educates everybody, bro. This is fucking dope because it's like this is where like he's just having fun, like just talking about this shit with people, explaining some of this stuff. The V5 went to the continent through various routes and brought back threats, or the guide made them take him back as a lesson. Oh, so that's why they brought it back. Zobe, the immortality disease. Bryon, the botanical weapon. So how the fuck did the guide get Bryon to go with them? And if so, where the hell is he then? I think Twin Snake, blah blah. and Pap, the beast that keeps people as pets. At level A or B, all five are more dangerous than chimera ants. No good way to deal with them. Best we can do is lock them up and stay away. Of the five threats, there have been victims of I and Pap on this side already. Ergo, Aluka, Pap? That is interesting. Who experienced Pap? That is the most interesting one. I want to know, like, what, like, how Pap got involved. We're lucky humanity hasn't been wiped out yet. They're, yeah, you best be stunned. They're all stored in the International Environmental Agency's basement off record. Beyond wants to take an unexplored route, so it's possible we'll end up with a sixth. Any questions? So there's a reward that makes this worth it. The lecture only lists risks. Are there any specific beneficial discoveries? Unmanned rock, an ore that generates electricity when placed underwater. I'm sorry for that long pause. Do you guys know how fucking useful that is? A simple ore that generates electricity when placed underwater. All you need is a pool of water. Dash that ore into the water, connect that to your home base. You get electricity as long as the rock is still in the water. Bro, that doesn't make any fucking sense. One small bead one small bead can generate 20k kilowatts a day. It's found in a steep mountain range along the northeast shore of Lake Morbius. Oh, and that's why, because all these rewards that they figured out is what led to the calamities or the threats that they ran into, for example. But that's inside PAP's territory. Bigurase Union sent a research group of 1,000 people to secure a route, and only 7 came back. Direct north. This is just so cool to learn, man. This is so cool. I can literally spend all day just learning about this. Directly north of our world, there is a forest on the continent. The ruins of an ancient labyrinthine city lie 400 kilometers in, wherein grows an herb that can cure all kinds of disease. I bet you this is where, yep, Brian. Yep, because it's an ancient ruins. But the botanical weapon that protects this empty city decimated this. And that's what's crazy, because I'm just like, in all of these scenarios, were these people just so fucking oblivious? Were these people actually NEN users? And then on top of that, were all of these calamities just speed blitzing these people? How is it that nobody, like, come on. So you're telling me this guy just, what, used like a laser beam, like a sound wave, decimated everybody, and only one gone back? Or like 2 came back? That's why I'm just like, yo, a lot, like, they need to get to the dark continent now, because like there's too much that's not explained. It's like, why though? Why? Because it's like, was beyond his team or Netero's team, were they the only one? Nah, but it does make sense, because if Netero couldn't handle going on multiple expeditions, even beyond as well too, and they were quote unquote the strongest NEN users in the verse at the time, I don't know. It kind of does make sense. It makes sense. But it's like, bro, there's still so much characters that, like, even with net abilities, they can probably speed blitz like this shit. But I don't know. Like Killua, with his sensory ability and his god speed, like I will be confident this man can get into this labyrinth, get past Bron, get to this labyrinth, get the cure, and escape back. This man was able to traverse what, from city to city in what, a day, when he was escaping with Aluka. So it's like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Forces from the United States of Sayhurta, only 2 returned alive. The Federation of Orchima went southeast. So this is where you're starting to figure out like where each person went and all that stuff. Where was this at though? So this was underwater, but where exactly was this though? Okay, so it was northeast. Okay, steep mountain range along northeast, while this was straight north. Wait, is that Brian right there? Okay. If that little dot stick, not like the whole structure part, like, hold on, let me switch screens. But it's like not this whole structure part, but like just this center part right here, because it does look like he's like standing on a platform or like a pole. So if he is literally stationed, okay, so I don't think they brought back. I don't think they brought back Botanical. I don't know why Botanical is like the most interesting threat to me, but I don't know. He's just the most interesting to me. But it's like it seems like they didn't bring him back because it's like he's literally stationed on top of a high pillar that gives him viewpoints of the whole labyrinth. So it will kind of make sense on top of booby traps and stuff on how only 2 survived. Kind of does make sense. Kind of like Maze Runner. Um, the Federation southeast of Lake Mobius, looking for nitro rice, the ultimate secret to longevity. What the fuck, bro? Like, it's a fantasy world in the Dark Continent, but 99% of them fell prey to Hellbell before they even got to the swamps where it grows. 11 returned alive. Mimbo Public got the Hunter Association's help to collect the Trinity Elixir that serves as the mother solution for all sorts of liquids. What? Wait, what? What? So wait. So wait, is this where they show Yep, this is where they show Netero and them. So they're the ones, yeah. So it's confirmed they actually brought Nanako back. Yeah, it's confirmed that their expedition brought back Nanako. Their expedition, but we'll get to that just now. So what they were supposed to bring back was to collect the Trinity Elixir that serves as the mother solution for all sorts of liquids. So what I'm thinking is that this is not an end all be all cure, but let's just say they're trying to make it seem like this Trinity Elixir is kind of like flour or eggs when you're baking, where it's like it will like compound and combine everything beautifully and nicely. So it's like it doesn't matter what liquid source you're using for whatever resource. Like it's making it seem like you can use it past medicine, like not just for medicine, even for like juice or like what any type of liquid. It's just like it's a foundation that serves as just like a mother soul. That's nuts, bro. So on top of them having a herb that cures all disease, what if there was like a liquid? What if they had the cure for cancer, but it was only like 30% proficient? By them mixing that solution with the mother solution, with the Trinity Elixir and stuff, it could probably bring it up to 99% or 100%. That's crazy. There seemed to have been some sort of qual over I, but they had all gone mad. Wow. In the Hunter Association, Beyond's dad, Netero, secretly went with his friends, but that trip was undocumented. As Netero said, this place is too big. It's off the charts. Bro. That shit was undocumented. As Netero said, this place is too big. It's too big. Like, where are they? Oh, they're right there. Oh, I never realized that when I first was reading this. That's where they are, right there. Oh shit, I should have changed it back to the original thing. It's whatever. We're reading just one page entirely, so hopefully nothing happens when I do upload it. But yeah, they're literally right there on the bottom right. Looking at all this shit, bro. You have a what the fuck type T-Rex being eaten by, I would like to say, a hippo. Because we all know hippos are fucking monsters in themselves. Like, this is just a prehistoric world. Prehistoric world that hasn't been touched, hasn't been desecrated by man-made hands. Like, I honestly think that Togashi was just on some like fever shit with this, because none of this makes sense. So you're telling me in this random part of the dark continent, sandworms are just going throughout the land beneath all these other creatures, eating whatever is above? What the fuck? And then you got flying fucking insect weird ass shit being able. Okay, this is not as big, because if that's the same elephant down here, we can assume that this bug is just close to the screen in a sense. But it's probably as big as maybe like the leg of this creature, or maybe the same size of this slug, because it has the whole elephant or whatever type of elephant that is in its mouth. And then with that type of teeth, Takashi, what is this? But I love the detail in this. This is so much detail. I love it. It's off the charts. Look at that. That sandworm just ate the fuck out of it. Isaac Netero, Zig Zodic, Leonard Adobo. Who is this? I don't think anybody has actually done any type of like videos or research on this character, Lynette. But I don't know. I want to find out if Togashi has actually talked about this character at all, or if there's any type of news about this character, because it's like, bro, at least we know this is Zig, which is the father to Killua's dad and all that stuff. And then of course Netero. But this character, hold on. No, that can't. No, no, no. That's not Biscuit. No, that's not Biscuit. That's not Biscuit. No, 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 no. Okay, I most likely might be wrong, because Biscuit has already shown her true self, and she wasn't an old lady, just a very dazed woman. So I don't think that's Biscuit, but I want to know who this character is, because it's like, she, even if she's viewed as a support character to these two, she was still viewed to be strong enough for Netero and Zig to be like, yo, come with us on this undocumented trip. That's nuts. Either that, or she has such a useful Nen ability that it's a must that she has to come. But I do understand what they mean, because Netero probably at this point was probably still developing his Buddha techniques and shit. And remember, his Buddha techniques couldn't even defeat the king. And you think the Buddha techniques can do anything to all of these creatures? Maybe some of these smaller ones, but and remember, they went here with nothing but the shirts on their backs. They don't know what the fuck is going on, so they were probably just like, we're not even gonna try and look for a village. We're turning back home. Fuck this shit. Beyond accompanied Oh, and Beyond was the one that brought back this. Okay. And Beyond accompanied Kuken Kingdom's team and succeeded in bringing back the alchemy plant Metallion, but by going off route, they caught the worst disease. Only six returned, including the hunter afflicted with Zolbe. The plant died. That sucks, man. But what was this plant? What was this plant though? That's what I'm interested in. The alchemy plant. So what was this plant kind of? Is it kind of something like the miracle liquid, where like it's just and they don't say it. They don't say it. Netero was troubled that the story of his travels, which was supposed to serve as a warning, had instead inspired others, leading to more casualties. It was Beyond's trip that drove Netero to convince the V5 to make travel to the Dark Continent taboo for the association. Did Beyond tell you it's super high risk, high return? Do you still want to go? I do. Hey, the man is back, bro. He was just having a revelation, bro. That's all it was. You came back, as I said I would. We thought you left with the cash. I spent it already. Hmm? To save the hospital my sister's at. I could be reborn twice, sell all three hunter licenses, and still not pay off its debt. Thanks to you, the insurance payout upon my death will take care of it for her lifetime. For that, I'm grateful. You're my number two. I'll go wherever you go. I can't let you die knowing that. You'll get to spend Beyond's pay. Um, One thing concerns me. If you spoke as if the V5 knew where to go and what to get, that is true. That is true. Oh, and this is where James' grandfather's book comes in place. Okay, this is why I wanted to reread the Succession War. This is why. This is why I love. Yo, I love this. I love this. Does that imply a previous pioneer I wasn't aware of? Yeah, there are idiots in any era. There was one guy who tried to explore the entire Mobius shoreline by himself 300 years ago. Alone? He wrote a book about it. Journey to the New World. Like, look how beautiful this artwork is, bro. Tagashi be be on his shit. Journey to the New World East and West editions. And I like it how both books are not kind of like aligned together where you read left to right. It's kind of like each book is put kind of like a general like how they have it right here. Maybe you do read it normally like left to right, but I like how they did that illustration there. But only East has been found with no sign of West. So they have the East book then. Why? There are three possible reasons I think of. It simply hasn't been found yet, or his goal was too ambitious and he never wrote it. Think of. And was too ambitious and he never wrote it. And the third, he's still writing it as we speak. Because remember, with all the things that they like, the book has literally told you, what makes you think he has not utilized any of those? Bro, I'm telling you, Dark Continent, bro. But it was 300 years ago. Long, there you go. You're piecing the connections, bro. I like you. Longevity rice, herbs that cure disease. Ha ha ha. Of course. The book's author is Dawn Freaks, which is my great 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 grandfather. And it's like, this is why Jing, and it makes sense. It just makes it seem like this is why Jing has been so enticed in his journeys, his adventures and shit, and why he comes off selfish is because like son, like father, Gong is just like his father. Gong, all he wanted to do was see his dad, and he did everything in his power, sacrifice, did shit to be able to chance to see his dad. And just like Jing, who knows if this Don is actually his father in a way, had a child after hundreds of years ago, and that's how Jing kind of came about, or that's his grandfather that he probably learned or some shit. But during his hunter journey, he definitely learned about this book and figured out that, wait, what? The author of this book apparently has the same last name as me. So now he is on his journey to find out who the fuck, like, who is Don Freaks for real, for real. So it's just so cool that it's like, just like father, like son, they're both on their journey to find or meet like their parent, their guardian, their goal, whatever. It's just so cool, so cool. Jin will never admit it. He will never admit it. Maybe Togashi will show it in the Dark Continent if or when we get there, but Jin will never admit it. But at least we know as readers, he's doing this because he wants to meet Dawn. Because like now thinking about it, yes, he says he likes adventure and shit like that, but we've never truly understood like, what is your goal, Jing? Like for real, what is your goal? What is like for real, like what is like your whole purpose of being a hunter? And he always keeps saying like, I just want to go on grand adventures, find shit, explore. Bro, you have just been told now one of the greatest secrets in all of the verse. And the author that is given all this information to that you're finding for the first time is apparently your relative. Is it your dad? Is it your grandfather? You don't know. So like, what if this sparked his early interest of being a hunter to the point where it's like, fuck, I fucked up and now I have a son. And it's like, do I just continue living the docile life and raise my son? Or do I continue the journey that I set myself on to look for whoever the fuck Don Freaks is? But at the same time, to find him, I have to get to Dark Continent. But if I go to Dark Continent, Netero already told me he left because he was scared. So if I'm not on the level of Netero or beyond, there is no surviving in the Dark Continent. So this whole time he's just been studying, preparing himself for the day he gets to go to the Dark Continent. Bro, the parallels of both Beyond and Jing is so nice. It is so nice because on top of Beyond preparing for decades to go to the Dark Continent, Jing has also been preparing decades. Even though he hasn't confirmed it, he has been preparing for decades for this fucking day, for this time. And he's not missing it for fucking anybody. Yes, he finally gets to meet his son and shit. See how strong is this, that, and the third. He's like, I don't care. I finally get the opportunity to go to Dark Continent. I'm not letting it slip. Not letting it slip. If that means I have to team up with Pearson, team up with these like bad people, whatever, I'm doing so. I'm preventing them from their plans, but at the same time, I'm having fun too. Bro. And it's just the amount of confidence. Because remember, like, out of a lot of series, Hunter x Hunter is one of those series where it's like, there is a lot of randomness goes on in the series. A lot of random abilities that nobody really fucking knows or understands unless you tell the person and shit. Because you already know what Nen battles. The moment you find out what the person's ability is, you can find a counter and you kind of lost if you're facing an actual smart fighter, combatant and stuff. And yeah, but Yeah, and just because of that and different people's hot suits and stuff, just like we know with Krapika and with the Succession War, it's just fucking weird, bro. Even with the snake, even with that snake ability in the Succession War, it's just like, bro, like some of these abilities don't make sense. Of course they do when the person explains it, but at first you're like, what the fuck? Did I just get slapped? Did somebody shoot me with a water gun? What is going on? And then we find out in the recent chap. Oh my god, we find out in the recent chapters too that some like Beyond had friggin' children and put Nen seals on their bodies underneath their tongue. Like, bro, like there's so much shit you can do with Nen. It's like I don't blame Jing or Beyond for taking the time they did to prep themselves. Because like I said, if Netero was like, fuck this shit, you guys have to be on your A game. Have to be. Utmost fucking A game. No lie. No lie. But yeah, that's the end of the chapter. That's the end of the chapter. So we find out, okay, the dangerous creatures evaluation based off of I'm guessing this is based off of Tagashi's own personal like ratings. I don't know. It has to be his official ratings because like yeah, I don't think this was just made by a random person. So we have categories for aggression, the number, I'm guessing numbers of them, I assume. The profundity, what? Whoa, what the fuck is that word? Whoa. Hold on, let me look up that word real quick. I don't even know what that word means, bro. I can't even pronounce it. Like, oh my god, put up the sound. Fecundity. Fecundity. Okay. And it means the ability to produce an abundance of offspring or new growth, fertility, fecundity. Wow. So it just means the ability to produce an abundance of offspring. Wow. Wow. Threat of bodily harm and the total score. So with chimera ants, which we all know, they basically say the aggression level of an average ant is basically from B to C. But at the same time, which we all know from the series, if they do understand Nen or get to learn Nen and like sucking humans and shit from the king, you find out they can easily transition from a B to an A1 or A2. The Miriam, who knows if Miriam was at the level of A2? He probably was, but let's just say Miriam was at the level of A1. No. Let's say he's at the level of A2 because that's the only time we've seen any level of a strong chimera. And then, of course, number. They have a great number of them that we all know of. Now that we know what this word means, yes, B1, they have a strong ability to create offspring. Threat of bodily harm A, yes, and a total score B. I A2, 1000%, 1000%. Numbers unknown. How many offs unknown? Threat to bodily harm A and B. A, yep, solid score. Solid score. Brian, this is interesting. They give Brian a B, but say it's also can also be equal to or him getting to the level of an A1. So the number is C, which if they're saying it's C, it seems like there is more than one Brian. Maybe at different points of the labyrinth, or maybe different tiers of Brian, but it seems like Brian is kind of like a basic guard or sentry for the labyrinth, if that is true. So this is if this is true to what Tagashi's saying, then it really does seem like there is more than one and not just one. Um, and if they're saying it's a B2 in regards to fecundity, then they can create lots of offsprings. Yeah, it makes sense. B plus, okay. Zombie C1. I'm guessing it's a C1 at the beginning when they first start to notice the symptoms, but of course it's gonna lead to an A2. Number is an E because they only had one person, so uh B2 because I think they can't. It's infectious, so yes. Bodily harm B2, B plus. I feel like it should be more because you turn into a zombie. Hellbell A1 instantly. They're just like, yeah, fuck A1. Numbers of them. But wait, how is it unknown if anytime any of the people that went there were friggin' they were they all got deaded off from them. And it's a snake, so wouldn't there be more than one? I don't know. So that's just something they probably just don't know. Label it straight A2, A, pap, A2 instantly. They were like, nope, A2. Don't know, B1, A. Yeah, human, individual. So this is where they're like, okay, as an individual, just to give for shits and giggles, a human's aggression level is a C, regular human. Numbers are E, as in like an individual level. They can only produce so much at a time. C. Bodily harm, B, E, C. As a nation, humans as a nation is a B, but can easily go up to an A. The numbers, of course, is massive, so A. Um, it can equal to a B on how much they can produce in regards to their offspring. Bodily harms, A to C. So it seems like they can kind of go back and forth. And then with total score, A minus to a B plus. Okay. So we are gonna call it a wraps for now. I definitely want to download both of these streams and both the stream from yesterday and today so that I can start working on those videos and then post one to tomorrow and then post or have them start to be scheduled throughout the week. I probably might not wait until next Friday to post up my next video, but we will see. Like I know I can get the second one done before the Friday, but I want to also work on another video if so. So who knows? I might make it a thing where I will do these chapter reviews or these like rereads, and it will be kind of like scheduled every Fridays in a sense to hop into the live stream or to see the video when it first comes out. But I'll figure that out on the side sooner or later or whatever. But yeah, I really appreciate the ones that came out today for the live stream and everything. We are. It's just great to go back and watching and listen, reading Hunter x Hunter again, and just learning all the nitty gritty details as we're catching up in the Succession War because it's only going to get more complicated from here only. And the text box, remember, soon around this time or soon is when Togashi goes on his hiatus, and we're going to start to see so much dialogue that's just, it's going to give us a friggin' a headache. So until we get to that part, let's enjoy the ride so far. So thank you guys again for coming out, tuning out. Check out my latest video on my YouTube channel and check out some of my recent artwork from all my socials. You already know DekuthArtist. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you guys are in the world. Stay safe and stay blessed. Always gotta give glory, always gotta give thanks and glory to our Father.